Okay, where are we? I'm setting up for the ribbing in the back. What I've done is I've slipped the first stitch and created a purl. And you can see I've got 3 purls here. 1, 2, 3. So that's all set up, and when I get to the other end I'll show you how I did that, because this little bit of happiness here we will use at the center front and at the end of each of the straps. So, oh, yep, center front and the end of each strap. So here we are. I'm gonna, I've got everything set up. For me, this is the stitch I'll stitch in the stitch below, that one. This is my decreases for the front of my cup, or the increases for the front of my cup, and I've got them set up on the both sides. Now when I knit around here and I do this, I'm going to switch these out for my regular stitch markers, but when I do my cast on, it's way easier if I just pretend that I'm not doing anything and then I come back to it later. So this is my come back to it later. So I'm gonna stitch around here, show you how I do my stitch in the stitch below here, and then I'm gonna break again, and when I get to the back I'll show you how I do my increases. Alright, before I get to my center stitch, which is here, I need to talk about my increases. I don't turn my work, so for me everything is on the right side, but that doesn't mean that you need to do it my way. You can do all of these increases on your right side row and then just purl the wrong side row. That's fine. For me, because I don't turn my work, I need to pick up a stitch, or I need to do an increase here. This is the start, and you can see because I did the herringbone stitch, that stitch was actually created in both of those. What I do is I pick the nearest one up and I do my increase in that. The reason I do this stepping back a little bit, it's so much easier if I pick the stitch up as I'm leaving. There's no increases between these 2 markers. They're all done on the outside. So when I go this way, I'll do this increase, and when I go this way, I'll do this increase. But for you, you may want to do all the increases going one direction. It's totally up to you. As long as you get the increases in, it really doesn't matter where they're happening, whether you're picking up after the stitch you knit or before the stitch you're going to knit. It really doesn't matter. So just make yourself happy. Alright, so this is the stitch that I'm going to do stitch in the stitch below. And for me, I pick it up this way because it does a better job. It does a neater job when I do it that way. So that's the way I'm going to do it. And I don't need to do anything with that until I come back and knit it. So not a big deal. It kind of marks itself, so I don't leave a marker on it. Okay, let me get to the other end and we'll talk. So here I am, I'm leaving the no increase zone again, and you can see I've got 2 yarns. I'm just going to pick up one of those, 2 legs. I'm just going to pick up one of those to do my increase. So see, this is here's my center where I did the stitch in the stitch below. This is the front, the center edge of my no increase zone, and the outer edge of my no increase zone. There's my increase, and I'll work to the end. Alright, I'm at the back, and I need a purl stitch in between all of those. If you are knitting on the back side, you either aren't left-handed or don't turn your work, then you're fine here. But if you turn your work, you're going to be creating purl stitches, but for me I'm going to be, or knit stitches, but for me I'm creating purl stitches. So I have to pick up something to create a purl stitch on. I like it better if it's already set so that I get a nice purl stitch. So I'm picking up accordingly, but I want you to do whatever. You'll find some of the ones you pick up give you a better stitch. So I'm going to do, that's my purl stitch right there, and then I've got one more I need to do right at the end. This one's going to be kind of a bugger because I've got my ring there, and maybe I'll do this. Let's see what that gives me. That might give me just what I need. And then there, I have all my purl stitches all set up. I don't have too I've got a little bit of a hole there, but it'll work itself out. So and because I like neat edges, I'm slipping the first one, and that's going to give me what I need. Now the reason I do it this way is because if you just if you don't create purl stitches, you come across and you just purl the knit stitches you've already got, it's not going to be as attractive and it's not going to lay as flat. So that is my answer to it. Okay, next is the are the short rows in the front, and this is a completely you can do it or you can not do it. Just do what works for you. So I'll handle that one next.